Hey, good morning, all. We're live. So, if you're here and you're on my live, you're alive, so be grateful. All right, I wasn't going to come on this morning, but my heart tells me that I need to. And, there's some things that I deal with every day in my life. And we got to keep moving forward. And I got to stress that to you all. Any situations or anything, changes that we're making, be gentle on yourself. It's okay. It really is okay. You got to give yourself the love that the world doesn't give you. Okay? Because you're seeing it from a different perspective. You really got to just... It's okay to not know what the next step is. It's okay not to know why certain things happen. It's okay to have to wake up and not know what your day is going to bring. It's okay. But if you can honestly sit there and ask yourself, why do I have these things happening in my life? And you silence your mind, your answers will come to you. Now we all get stuck in our vicious cycle of our minds instead of seeing things for what they really are. You know, this poor me thing about things happening to me. Nothing's happening to you. I know factually that anything that's happening to me in my life right now, today, is because of the simple choices that I have made that have brought me to this point. I can't blame anybody for that. I can't sit here, even though if I chose to, I could have thousands of reasons to shame people and blame people and hurt people. Well, why would I do that? What is that going to bring me at the end of the day? I'm graduating tomorrow. I'm graduating a program that has been an intensive 3-month self-mastery program. And I needed to take that. You know what? I still have a hard time always controlling myself because of the circumstances and situations that I have in my life, but also too, hey, being in where I am and being with my choices, these are the things that I have to do. So today's a brand new day. What I'm trying to say is, you know what? All the yesterdays that you remain stuck in, let them go. The only purpose they're supposed to serve you is for the learning of them. The only thing we're supposed to take forward from yesterday is, what did it teach you? And nothing else. So if you wake up and you understand that today's a fresh day, number one, don't bring anything from yesterday forward. Today's a new day. Everything from yesterday is gone. You relive it by bringing it forward. Okay? Yeah, things from yesterday are still in our life. Yes, I get it. Family, situations, work, things like that. But as an individual moving forward, like for myself, I had a lot of stuff happen in my life yesterday. And a lot of things that I myself had to be aware of and learn from. But today when I woke up, I chose whether I was going to allow yesterday shackle me to a hell, or whether I was going to wake up this morning and say, hey, I got a new day. I got another shot at this. So that's what I chose to do this morning. I chose to say, hey, I got another shot at life. I was given another day to create whatever it is that I want to create for myself. So what am I going to create for my day today? So we all have that choice. Now we can all get up and we can all insist on being who we were yesterday. Or we can insist on being better than we were yesterday and making better choices for ourselves than yesterday. And we can insist on moving forward. Now, when you're moving forward in something, in anything in life, you're moving forward. So where should your focus be? Your focus should be on moving forward. But what happens to us is because we try to make sense of things. And until we have an understanding of why certain things happen to us, we replay them over and over and over, and we let our minds take us all kind of places, and we, no, you have to move forward. It doesn't matter what situation you're living in your life. You have to move forward. Every day is a new day. You're not meant to be living yesterday, or you would still be there. You're not meant to be still living what happened to you 5 years ago. You're not meant to still be living what happened 10 years ago. You're not meant to still be living what happened to you 20 years ago. Every day is a new day. It's like a blank canvas for an artist. You are a creator. You are not your yesterdays. You are not your crises. You are not your diagnoses. You are not all the things that you believe that you are. You are so much more than that. Now, when you tap into that every day and understand that there is nothing from yesterday that can affect you unless you grant it permission, well, that's on you. That's not because of any situation, and that's not because of any person, and that's not because of, life has done this to you. No. It's because today when you woke up, you chose to look backwards instead of looking forward, which is a simple choice. It is not an easy thing to do at the beginning. We all get up and we all replay things in our mind, and we all find meaning to our life, and we all think about our problems, and we don't, it happens. But you have to redirect your focus. Because as long as you're thinking about all of these things, these are the feelings in your life that you're reproducing for yourself. And that's what happens. And because we are creators and we have a fresh slate in front of us every single day, the first thing when you wake up, you're going to decide for yourself, hey, am I moving forward today? Am I staying shackled to the past today? Or am I going to stay stagnant today? But that's a choice. And that's on you. I can't want for you more than you want for yourself. I can't love you more than you love yourself. I can't respect you more than you can respect yourself. Nobody can do those things for you. And you cannot expect that from anybody either, because everybody is coming from a place of a reflection of their own situations and what they're living in their mind to what is real for them. Whatever you guys believe, I'm not belittling it, because it's real for you. Whether it's right or wrong, hey, but it is real for you. I want you to understand you don't have to stay in that state, because it's not doing you any good. Unless you're waking up in the morning and you're making the conscious decision to look forward with appreciation and love for your life, nothing's going to go right. Because you can't create with scattered energies. Well, you can, but you're going to create scattered results. See, whatever and when we direct our focus into something, we can make anything happen. We know this. So, when you get up in the morning and you decide that you're going to search for meaning in your life from everything you've already experienced that. Why are you looking back to it? If you didn't take the learning from your yesterdays that you were supposed to, trust me, I can guarantee you one thing, you're going to relive them until you learn. So why not be open to moving forward? Because this is all a part of it. We look back and we don't realize that we are reproducing our yesterdays. We are reproducing the things that we do not want in our life because that's where our focus is. It all interlinks. Yesterday I may have confused you guys a little bit with my afternoon feeling to thoughts to results and all of that, okay? But over the next week, I'm really going to break it down for you guys in simple form because this is what you have to understand. I've been asked about 50 times already since I started my lives. Okay, so where do you start? What's the first thing you do? Well, unshackle yourself from reproducing the constant of your yesterdays that are making you miserable. How do you do that? You have to analyze. You have to assess. You are the only one that has these answers. You really are. There's nobody in this world that can hand you your answers to your story. And it's not a test. It's not success or failure going on here. It is what are you creating for your life situation, for your day, for your life. So it doesn't matter what you've lived in your past. It doesn't matter what you think well, actually, no, it does matter what you think. So I'm going to retract that because even yesterday I said it doesn't matter what you think. It does matter what you think about yourself. It does matter what you think about your life. So let me break it down like this. If you're waking up and going, oh, today is going to be a hell of a day. Do you know that you just gave that life? And you just created that because all of your life force just went into that little, oh, today is going to be a hell of a day. Now, I want you guys to understand, your words create feelings just as much as your thoughts do. Your thoughts. Okay. What you don't understand also, too, is when you have something to say, you got to say it. Because these are feelings that are produced within your bodies that unless you let them out, they stay shackled to your being. And they produce inside of you the physiological effects of those thoughts. Today's a new day, people. Don't shackle yourself to your yesterdays. Only bring the learning forward. You are so much more than you've ever been made to believe. Now, once you grasp that, just that simple possibility of that, it is going to kick off doors for you that you have never explored before. Self-discovery is the greatest adventure. I think it's the best thing that anybody can do is to figure themselves out because we are all unique. So now in being that way, how is there a norm? How does a medical system apply to a bunch of people that are different? How does diagnoses apply to a bunch of people that are different? We're all unique. How we are all the same is that we're energetic beings having a human experience of separation right now. And what separates us all in this individual life is our mere choices. It's our free will. Because you can decide to stay connected and loving to people, or you can decide to hate the world, hate everything in it, hate your jobs, hate your lives, find everything to complain about, find everybody else to blame, but where is that all coming from? You. That's where you got to put the focus. So, when you get up in the morning, like this morning, I had a bag of shit happen to me yesterday, which I will not share with the world. But everything comes my way for me to learn from it. And if I am not learning from it, well then my time and my energy is being mismanaged on this planet. And that's on me too. That's of nobody's fault. So, we got to get it right, okay? So, I had a choice this morning. I could get up and I could be miserable about life's inflictions on me yesterday. Or again, I could rise above and say, hey, look at this. Thank you. I'm alive again. So I get another chance to get it right. Okay? I'm human. The only perfect part of my being is my soul. So yeah, everything else is for learning. But what is your choice going to be for your day? Are you going to choose to remain looking back like this? Because I hope you all can see this, right? So, if I'm looking backwards, but I'm going this way, isn't that in opposition with your own self? If you're trying to move forward, but you're looking back, how does that work? It doesn't. It creates a pull of polarities within your own self. We got to figure it out for ourselves. And when we do, we have to help others figure it out. Because we're genuinely all connected. So my point being is this. Shit happens to us all. Some things are controllable, some things are out of our control. But every morning when you wake up, you're given a choice. You're really given a choice. You're given a choice whether you're going to embrace the greatness of what you've been given. Because, hey, we have been given an amazing day. Are you grateful for your life? Are you grateful for all of your learning, that you're a wiser, better person today? Are you ready to get the most out of your day? Are you ready to get the most out of the interactions with the people that you do love in your life? Because all of this stuff matters. Today is a unique day. You'll be never given another day like today. So, what are you going to do with it? Really? And that's your choice. And you can stay believing that you're shackled to your yesterdays. And you can stay believing that you are a bag of mistakes when you're not. And you can stay in denial about what fuels your being. And you can seek and search and find meaning in your life from your troubles and your problems. Or you can switch it around. Everybody can. I'm the proof of it. I had a really, really hard day yesterday. And a really hard experience last night. Now, that's my personal stuff, which I won't share. But I will share this. It was my choice this morning whether I was going to get up and let that be my reproduction of my cycle for today. And no, why would I do that to myself? So I get up again this morning, grateful for that hard experience that I lived last night, because it makes me a better person today. It motivates me to make more change. It motivates me to listen more to what my heart is telling me. It shows me to stay out of my head, because that is to govern the operating systems that my body needs. The automatic operating systems, what are those? Well, hey, your breathing, your digestive system, your immune system, everything. You have an automatic set of systems that run in your body all the time. Well, don't get up and create your day from yesterday's hell of it. Get up today looking for the heaven in everything, looking for the greatness in everything. No matter what person is in front of you, no matter what situation is in front of you, if you seek the learning in it, and you understand that it's to learn how to maneuver in a better way, how to maneuver as a better person in this world, you're going to embrace it. Who wouldn't? Why run from it? We're human. We all have to learn. There's not one person on this earth that is better than anybody. We just all have to make better choices. And we have to help each other make better choices. Now, people can be resistant to that because, you know what? I was, like myself, I was shackled to a comfort of my chaos. Hell was all I knew for a very long time, so that's where my comfort zone was. And anything outside of hell made me feel very uncomfortable because it was an unknown. But when I understand today that unknown is the place to create a marvelous, wonderful life from, hey, every time I feel restricted or I feel tense, I gotta open that up. I have to let that go. I have to breathe. I have to allow the flow. You have to be greater than your circumstance. And I don't mean a better person. Better than, I mean. You gotta be better to yourself. For yourself. So that you can be better for the world. It doesn't stem by doing things outwardly. It doesn't, you know what, making me a good person is not because of the things that I do makes me a good person. No. What I believe makes me a good person is that I come from a place of love at all times. Now, my place of love, which is unconditional, infinite love sourced by the all-knowing for my life experience, tells me that that is the state that I have to be in order to get it right. And anything but that is working against what is meant to be. So, if my soul that's governing my experience is telling me this, and it's telling me, Tobi, you need to help people get to the same point that you're at, that's what this is all about. And that's a choice. I could look at yesterday's hardships and I could stay there. And I could easily flip the bird to the world. Okay? Understand that. But why would I do that? Yesterday's hardships of my experiences has shown me and has validated for me how important my journey is on this earth. And I'm not going to reach everybody because everybody, unless your heart is open, your ears are closed. And what I mean by that is, if you're always out there from a thinking state and listening and absorbing and taking everything from life as suggestions how to operate and govern your being, that keeps your heart closed because you're governing on a place from a density that is a constricting density. Now, what I talk about the density is the gravitational pull that we are living in to keep us in this experience. Simple. We're all affected by it. Now, how to evolve through it is to understand that we are in a evolutionary growth spiral of life. So we grow up. Simple as that. Anything deeply rooted grows up, right? So this is where it comes into where everybody tells you got to stay grounded. Yes, look at a tree. If a tree is not grounded, how can it stand tall? How can it be flexible through the storms? How can it sway? How can it bend to the circumstances of the weather and the conditions that it has to be in? But it has one of the most important jobs here. So these are all things you got to just take a look at. And I know I'm scattered energy this morning and I'm touching a lot of bases here, but these are all things that my heart is telling me to get out. So I'm telling you it because it is so important that people understand it. Today is a brand new day for you to create. You matter. You matter just as much as everything you love in your life. And you can't settle for anything less than that. Loving yourself and loving the learning of life is going to totally change everything for you. It's going to change your interactions. And it's okay to have lived everything that you've lived. And I had to come to terms with that. That was one of the hardest things that I had to do, was to say, Tobi, it's okay that you've been through all of this. And it's okay that you've had to fight to stay alive. And it's okay that people don't quite understand you. And it's okay that you've never fit in because you're not meant to fit in. And it's okay that people blame you for their own insecurities because you speak the truth. And it's okay that people doubt you because of their own self-doubt. Because anybody who's doubting me, it's because you doubt yourself. Because we're all connected. So, like I said yesterday, as you are, so am I. And I wish for every single person on this planet to be awakened to how it really works, because we are making it harder on ourselves than it needs to be. And we were programmed wrong. Okay, so accept that. Get over it. But move forward. So if you want to sit back in that, oh, well, look at my life, and, oh, well, you know, I'm this way because of this, and I'm this way because of that, and I'm this way because of that. Well, guess what? What you're saying is that situation, that circumstance, you can't get over it. You can't be greater than it. You can't take the learning from it. That's all it is. Don't let anything from your past affect you today except for the learning from it. Simple. Go forward. And while you're going forward, remember the direction to be looking is forward. How do you create something that you want in your life? Well, analyze the things that are happening in your life. Analyze why you're feeling the way you feel. We all have things that happen. We all have circumstances that happen, yes. But if you govern yourself accordingly, it's okay. Because when you maneuver from a learning state, there's nothing bad or there's nothing good. It's all for learning. Like I mentioned before, you have an opinion to anything because of what you believe about it. Your belief systems can alter, your belief systems can change. At different phases in your life, what you believe to be true not always is necessarily what you believe to be true, even with a little bit of awareness and learning. We all need tools to get through life. We all need people that'll help us. Now, if we were not programmed the way we were, We would not be living what we do, but we have it twisted in our brains because of our programming. We modeled the people and situations and everything in our life growing up to take it as the way we had to be. I have had to break myself out of that. It's not easy. With the gravitational pull, it's easier for me to, hey, run to the sack and get a bottle. Hey, fall back into the negativity of drugs. And you know what? No, thank you. That's the easy thing to do because that's who I was for so long. So even with all of the awareness and understanding that I do have, shit happens to me too. But like I said, today is my choice. No matter what I had to live, the hell that I had to live last night. Today is my choice to get up and say, it's okay. Today I'm going to learn from that situation and I'm going to be a better person today. Because I really fell short of keeping it together. I was provoked, I was pushed, and man, did I lose my shit. Okay, let me fix that. Let me fix that within my being. Let me fix that within my thoughts. Let me accept that as it's okay. And move forward today with, okay, what am I going to create for myself with that learning? Do I ever want to be in those situations again? No. Okay, so then what do I have to do to make sure that I don't allow that to happen to me anymore? This is what I mean about it's all for learning. I don't have it all figured out. I figure it out every day. But I figure it out with an understanding that today is a brand new day. Yesterday's yesterday. It's gone. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm ready to create a great, amazing day for myself because why wouldn't I? I'm a creator. And what's sourcing my experience here is unconditional love. I don't need to physically know how to do it all. No, I don't. Because the all-knowing will guide me. And it'll show me how to do it should I decide that that's what I want to do. No matter what. I don't need to figure it out. The universe already has it figured out. And that's the advantage that I'm living in my experience. See, we got to learn how to operate here. But we got to learn how to be better people. And as long as you're thinking the wrong things, and you're doing the wrong things, well, then you're producing the wrong results for yourself and for every single person attached to you. Because unless you're doing the best for you, you can't do the best for anybody attached to you. See, we all think, and that's where I had it wrong for a long time. Can't do great for the world while you're being shitty to yourself. It's a contradiction. It's being a hypocrite to your truest nature. Anyway, I love you all. I wasn't going to pop out here this morning, but I needed to. Because I had an experience that I wouldn't wish on anybody. But my learning experiences are really intense because, like I've mentioned, my energy is intense. So it was a hang-on last night. I exploded. I don't have a tattoo of a dynamite stick on my arm for nothing. Don't believe that because I love unconditionally that I'm going to put up with people inflicting things on me either by their choices. Because again, that's my choice whether I'm going to accept it or not. And I won't. Because I unconditionally love myself enough not to. So today's a new day. And I will create a wonderful, amazing day for myself, because how could I not? Today is about being a better person than I was yesterday. Rising above situations and circumstances that are trying to shackle me to a hell that I don't want to live. Simple as that. I love you all. I really do. And I think that everybody matters. And I don't want anybody to sit there and think that, I'm just trying to tell you guys what to do. No. I'm letting you all understand that life happens to all of us. But you can get up every day and you can create from a brand new state. You've been given a new experience of your day. You don't need to be living your yesterdays and everything that you shackle and believe that is affecting you. Because the only things that are really affecting you today is whatever you're giving permission to. So give your permission and your energy to the right things in your life. That's all. And you'll figure out what's right for you. Because what's right for me is not necessarily what's right for you. But just remember, as you're walking forward, that's where you have to keep your focus. Because you cannot be trying to move forward in your life while you're doing this. Okay? It's a contradiction. You can't do it. You can't move forward and look backwards at the same time. You can't create like that. So you got to let everything go from yesterday. The only thing that you're supposed to take from it is the learning. And what is the learning? The learning is for you to maneuver in your experience easier. It's to make you a better person. It's to make you have more meaning in your life. It's so that you can create from a state of love. Love for yourself, love for others, and love for your life. And that's what it's meant to be. And you'll get it as long as you're learning. And it's baby steps. And it's a process. But as long as you're willing to understand it and willing to put a fresh foot forward every day, then you'll figure it out. And I believe in you. Because I believe in myself. At one point, I didn't. And yesterday, I have to bring up a point, because yesterday I talked about anxiety, depression, and things like that. I want you all to understand something. I speak on what I know. I have medical records. I have been depressed, clinically depressed, severely depressed, to the point where I attempted suicide a couple of times. I speak on depression because I know about it. Anxiety, I know about it. Okay? So much anxiety that I had way too much fluid around my brain. I had to see a neurologist for it. I speak it because I've lived it. The things that I don't know about, I won't speak about until I know about them. Because I don't want to misinform anybody. But I have to come out of those states. And I can show you all how to do it. But you have to be willing to change. I'm not about sitting there rapping knuckles and no. If you guys want to know how to do it, I'll help you. And if you don't want to do it, that is, again, your choice. But try to make yourself and your life better for you. Because you matter. And you'll never be given another day like today. So make the best of it. And don't carry yesterday back forward with you, because then you're just creating more of yesterday. Today's a fresh slate. Clean. What you design and what you create for your day today is on you, nobody else. And wherever you lose grace and you lose that love for your life in your day, and you want to blame any person or situation or externally for that, no, you got that wrong. That's where you have to blame yourself. And once you have blamed yourself for it and you learnt from it, then you got to love yourself and forgive yourself for not knowing better and move on. Because that's what it's really about. You got to move on. As long as you sit there today and blame anything from your past, or shame or feel any way about your past, that's what you're living. You're not living today. You're not living the fresh opportunity of what you can have. So, anyway, you all matter. And I wasn't going to go live this morning, but I really felt in my heart that I needed to let you all know. I'm not sitting here from a perfected state, trying to help anybody. I'm trying to help myself. And with the learning that I've acquired and what I've been able to do, I just figure that I can help a lot more people. Because if I had this kind of help when I was going through what I was going through, I would have never stayed shackled to it as long as I did. You know? Anyway, tomorrow morning, I just want to give you guys all a bang preview. I'm going live and I'm talking about addiction tomorrow. I'm going to talk about why we get addicted to things and how to unshackle yourself from that, no matter what it is, because you all may think it's just drugs, but it's not. We're addicted to all kinds of things in our life. And that's going to be tomorrow's live. I love you all. I wish you guys a magnificent day. I hope that you all create from a loving state. Now, a loving state for yourself first. Then a love for life. And you're going to see how much it changes. But that's on you. When you can start owning your choices, owning how you've been operated, then you can analyze it. But until you're accountable to yourself for what you have been doing to yourself and rippling out into this world, anyway, I love you all. Have a great day. And tomorrow's live is on addiction. Peace!